All right, welcome back, everybody. So, in a previous video, I talked about my new favorite Google Analytics 4 report for lead generation. And I actually got a comment from a subscriber saying, please do make a video on how to make this report. So, that's essentially what I'm going to do right now. And it's really, really useful and helpful. So, without further ado, let's just get started. All right, so I'm in Google Analytics 4 right now, and I'm in one of my favorite go-to default reports, and it is the user acquisition report, right? So in the user acquisition report, it tells some pretty interesting metrics, and it usually breaks it down by channel, but oftentimes I'd like to see what's happening by event, meaning I want to see what events those channels are actually driving, because that's what's going to tell me all about business outcomes. So, for example, if my Google ads are driving a bunch of page views, does that really matter? Not really, unless they're actually filling out forms. Now, if we're driving a lot of page views, but there's nobody filling out forms, or we're driving a lot of page views and nobody's not filling out, but nobody's making a phone call, or we're driving a lot of page views and nobody is starting a chat, then there's a break somewhere. So we measure all these events in between, like button clicks and photo views and scrolls, to actually help us understand how our funnel looks, right? So that's why this report is very beneficial, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make it right now. This default report is great, but it won't tell you this granular of detailed information. That's why for lead generation, I'm going to show you exactly what to do. First, what you're going to do is you're actually not going to go into reports. You're going to go to Explore. So in Explore, this is an exploration report. So it's basically a pivot table styled report that you can make inside Google Analytics 4 using all the different data. And that's essentially what we're going to do. We're going to make a basic chart, which is the Freeform Exploration. And that is the basis of how this report will look like. And then I'm going to show you exactly how it depicts the information. So what I'm going to do is click New, Blank, and then it's going to go to the next screen, and I'll show you how to set it up. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to add segments, dimensions, and metrics. So what we see here is variables that we can add, and we have to use those first. We have to add in the variables that we want. And then after the variables, we're going to drag and drop them into these specific selections. There's a lot of different stuff in here, and it may look a little difficult at first, but once you do it a few times, it actually turns out to be pretty easy. So let me go ahead and do that now. I'm going to first add, what am I going to add first? I'm actually not going to add any segments. I'm just going to explore with dimensions and metrics, because basically I want to see by channel, right? And I'm going to say that in source medium. I want to see by source medium, right? Google CPC, Google Organic, Direct None. I want to see by source medium which one is driving what events, okay? So I'm going to first go into dimensions, and dimensions are basically how you want your data shown, right? And we want our data shown by first user source medium. So that one is here. Confirm. Actually, you know what? Yeah. We'll do first user source medium. That's cool. And I also want metrics. So metrics is basically what the value of the data point you want will be. So what are we counting? What are we counting in this scenario? We're going to count events, right? Because that's what we want to see. We're going to show events by first user source medium. So we're going to show a metric by a dimension. So I'm going to go to events. And then what I'm going to do, though, is I want to see which actual one I want to do. We're going to do event count. So when I type in event, you have all this different stuff, but I'm going to do event count because I just want to count the amount of events there are. So now I have that. So what I'm going to do is drag this dimension into my first row. Oh, it's a little finicky. So, okay, we got first row. I'll probably want to show, I guess I'll show the first 10. That's fine for now. And then I'm going to drag my event count into the values. So now it actually shows all the different event counts, right? By all my different traffic sources. Here's the thing though, right? I don't just want to see all events. I want to see each type of event. So with that, I actually have to do something else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another dimension because again, when we add another dimension, a dimension is basically how we see the data, and then the metric is the data itself. So again, we want to see more events broken out. So what I can do in here is go back to dimensions, add another event. I'm going to go to event name. I'm going to hit confirm. And now I can grab event name and actually drag it into columns. So now what I can see in this is all my events here, right? And you'll notice that there's only 5 events. Well, we're tracking more than 5 events. So you have to go to this column groups and then maybe expand it to 15, let's say. And then we can start to see all these different events up top, right? So that's how to make this report. And it's pretty nice when you get to see, because then what you can do with the date ranges, you can like compare different date ranges. You can see exactly, some insight on, okay, is my Google Ads campaigns holistically 1 month, is it generating as many page views, but also as many media interactions or at the same rate? And if so, okay, that's what we expect. But if not, okay, where's the break there? Did we change something on the website? Did something not work right? Did the manufacturer upload something to the website that just didn't make any sense? And again, I'm contextualizing it for a car dealer, let's say. But honestly, this type of information can be depicted really well for any type of lead generation. So guys, that is the basics. If you want to filter certain events, you can do it here too. You can filter by certain dimensions, or you could probably even filter by metrics. Like if you want a certain threshold of metrics, you can do all that here. There's a lot more stuff you can do in this, but that is the basic exploration report. And it's my favorite report to look at for Google Analytics in terms of lead generation. Thank you guys so much. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. David Feldman-Makrias, and I'll talk to you real soon.